How's it going, everybody? I hope you're doing great. Are you healthy? Universal standards. In this video, I'm going to cover the 3 biggest factors that I think influence health and how you can improve upon those standards if you aren't there right now. Before we get into the video, please like and subscribe. First, I want to say that health exists on a dynamic continuum. So whether or not you are healthy, unhealthy, battling an injury or a disease, does not matter. Anybody can improve their health, and it is not a fixed point. So where you are right now is not going to last forever, and you can fix it or improve it or change it however you want. Secondly, genetics do not determine your health. I was told my entire life that I didn't have the genetics to be fast or very strong, and I believed that for 18 years until I realized that I have complete control over how I train my body, and by extension, what my body will look like and what I will be capable of. And you can do a lot with the body you've been given. Anything is possible. So let's get into it. The 3 standards of physical health that I believe apply to everybody are flexibility/range of motion, cardiovascular endurance, and muscular strength. Flexibility refers to your ability to move and bend your body in uncomfortable ways easily. It might actually be the most important in injury prevention. Flexibility applies to your entire body, from the large muscles in the quads and the glutes to the small connective tissue in your ankles and your neck. Every area has its own range of motion, and the more you stretch that, the more range of motion you preserve as you age. Specifically, when working with clients, I check the 7 kinetic chain checkpoints to make sure that their entire body is working for them, not against them. So the ankles and the wrists, the knees and the elbows, the hips and the shoulders. You can notice that these joints mirror each other in placement and function for the body. The 7 EIPs I already made cover how to strengthen and injury proof each of these checkpoints, so please check that out. The less flexible you are, the more likely you are to get injured. Here are some flexibility standards that I think everybody should be able to achieve. If you don't use it, you lose it. And that's why I really encourage daily stretching to make sure that you maintain the range of motion that you have well into your old age. And here are some progressions to get to that level if you aren't there yet. Bottom line, you want to be able to move comfortably in your skin in every plane of motion. The second factor is cardiovascular endurance. Cardio training is the best way to improve the capacity in your lungs and to reduce body fat through sweating and movement that burns calories. As a NASM personal trainer, there are 2 cardiovascular tests that we are given to test clients on the first day to assess how cardiovascularly fit they are. The YMCA 3-minute step test and the Rockport walk test. Walk 1 mile for time, and then I would take your heart rate right after the test. Or the YMCA 3-minute step test. Stepping on a standard height box, you follow the beat, so 96 steps per minute for 3 minutes. Both tests measure success by how your heart rate responds to this stress. Your heart rate can fall in 3 zones. Zone 1 would indicate poor to fair cardio health. Zone 2, average or good, and Zone 3 would be very good. So for cardio, to make it a little simpler, we're really just trying to see how high your heart rate is after doing this test. If it's super high, you performed poorly because you're exhausted. If it was very low, then that was easy for you and you can do cardio training pretty intensely. A good way to determine how hard you should train is by calculating your maximum heart rate. Your maximal heart rate can be calculated by subtracting your age from 220. For me, that's pretty easy. I'm 21, so my maximum heart rate should be 199. So I put the zone training right here so that you can see it. There is easy cardio, low intensity, that you can maintain for a long period of time. And then there is hard cardio that is all out efforts. You can only maintain it for short periods of time, but it is the most intense and you burn the most calories doing it. So cardio training in zone 1 would be 60 to 75% of your max heart rate, zone 2 76 to 85%, and zone 3 86 to 100%. If the average person is 40 years old, then take the initial 220 minus 40, and that's how I got these example heart rates. Those tests usually work. I do them, I trust them. A few other standards I have from my running background: if you can move for over 15 minutes in a row without stopping, I consider that a cardiovascular success. Whatever your preferred form of cardio should be the best way to test that. Being able to run a mile straight, I don't care about the time, as long as you can finish 1 mile on your feet, that is a win. And for a faster test of speed, a 400 meter, which is 1 lap around the track for men in under 1:45, and for women under 2 minutes. I get not everybody is a runner, and don't be discouraged if you can't do that off the bat. I think that short-term cardio is neglected, so working on that sprinting speed could help in your health goals down the line. Okay, factor 3, muscular strength. This is probably the favorite factor that people like to work on in the gym, but the standards vary greatly depending on your own goals, and that's why we need to differentiate these. Check out this website. It shows almost every single major lift. If you're curious about how you compare hundreds, thousands of numbers that compare people across the world, it breaks it up in 5 categories, from beginner to intermediate all the way to advanced elite athletes. Also, this goes off of 1 rep maxes, and that is not how every person trains muscular strength. I don't think it should be. My strength standards would be 3 numbers. Push-ups. Men should be able to do 10 good form push-ups, and women should be able to do 5. This is the best upper body strength exercise. If you can't do a good form push-up, go to your knees. There is no shame in that. You are doing the motion the way it's supposed to be done with proper form. Squats. Men should be able to do 25, and women should be able to do 20. This is the best lower body strength exercise. And planks. Men should be able to hold this for 1 minute or longer, and women should be able to hold this for 45 seconds or longer. A solid core and a level butt, so you aren't dipping or rising. You are plank straight. The importance of functional strength training can't be overlooked. Strength is very valuable. There are many studies that say the stronger you are, the less likely you are to get hurt due to better posture, better control over your body, and outside forces having less jarring impacts on you. Okay, so those are the big 3 standards. There are a lot of other components to health, and here are a few. The average resting heart rate is 70 beats per minute for men and 75 for women. A healthy blood pressure is 120/80, and waist to hip ratio greater than 0.8 for women or 0.95 for men could indicate a risk of obesity. And there are some other standards: the BMI, overhead squat assessment, anything relevant I will add in my description below. It's really hard for me to condense all of health into a quick video, but I hope these standards helped. I hope you enjoyed that video. Please leave a like. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments below or email me directly, and I will answer that. And subscribe for more. I'll see you next week, and take care.